Okay, for Mazda 6, 2003 to 2008 Mazda 6 rear suspension replacement. This is it. This is the tools you're going to require. You need to have a 17mm wrench. You have to. Furthermore, you need to have a 14mm wrench. These bolts up here on the top of your frame are 14mm. This one down here is 18mm on the bolt side, 17mm on the nut side. Have a pair of vice grips handy. You'll need them. If you don't have a punch, then don't even try to do this job. I spent probably 2 hours each side trying to get this bolt right here to come out of the bushing. Then you'll see my bushing here that goes through this shock is actually chopped up into 3 pieces. It's because I had to do that. I had to basically cut it because the bolt would not go through. No matter how much punching I did or whatnot, I could not get the bolt to go through. Now the nut was no problem, but the bolt would not slide through. Again, minimum hammer weight is 4 pounds. Make sure you have a 4-pound sledge. If you don't have a 4-pound sledge, I don't want to talk type of thing. Furthermore, you need a torch, minimum a propane torch. I would go with a MAP gas if you could. You're going to need penetrating fluid. I have a swivel wrench here, not necessary. You can get by with a normal wrench, but the swivel wrench is a little bit easier to get these top brackets off. Now, if you watch the KYB or the Sinton video or whatnot for the Mazda 6i rear suspension, they said this was extremely difficult. It is not extremely difficult. The number one thing you need to have is persistence. If you don't have persistence, you're not going to do well. Furthermore, when you're doing this repair, you need to make sure that you understand how bolts work. Watch a few videos on how to deal with rusted bolts, on how to deal with seized bolts, yada yada yada. If you don't understand you know how to approach a situation like that, you're probably going to end up screwing yourself over really bad. Again, I can't stress this enough. This bolt right here was harder than hell to get out. I spent hours on it. So you know, the left side I didn't have to cut the bushing, the right side I did. And then I ended up going over to Rockauto and getting a new bolt because when I sliced that bushing, I also ended up slicing the bolt a little bit. So that's that, guys. Go to Rockauto. It's a M10 1.75 pitch bolt by 3.5 inches. M10 1.25 by 3.5 inches. These are the tools you need. You can get by without a universal socket. These two right here are accessible just by sitting, you know, at the wheel well. The only one you actually have to get underneath the car for is this one right here, and that's the easiest one. This is what you need to get for this bolt right here. Furthermore, all you need for these two is some wrenches. So again, guys, you're gonna need that. Otherwise, it's gonna be a no-go. But if you have any questions, please drop a comment. And yeah. Something that I forgot to mention was you do not need to drop the subframe in order to get this thing out. It is easily doable to get this thing out of here without dropping the subframe. What you need to do is, it's going to be positioned like this. You need to rotate it like this, down, and then out. What you're trying to get it, you're trying to get the top portion here to rotate to the right of what we're looking at right there. This bar right there. Real simple, real easy. You know, it took me 5 minutes to get it out maybe. They also say you can remove this control arm right here. That might help, not sure. One of the bolts is easily accessible right here. The other one is right here. You can hit this one with a ratchet at first, and then you're gonna have to switch to a wrench. This one is only wrench. I'm not sure if you can get at it with just a normal wrench or if you need a extended wrench or whatnot. But anyways, an offset wrench. But there's that, guys.